Alright, I think I'm up. Let's check if it's going. Take a second. Also check to make sure that the game can't hear my music. Alright, I think I'm up. Let's check. I can pause this for a second. Alright, do I hear it? Also check to make sure that the game can't hear my music. Alright, I don't hear it, so I think it's fine. Now to get rid of that echo. Alright, I think I'm live. Let's do this. Cliffhanger, that one's fast. Alright, I'm gonna go do that actually quickly before I do the roulettes. I was gonna switch classes to something that I could maybe queue in on, because I don't think I'm gonna do any dancer today. Maybe. I'll see how I feel about it. But if you pop sprint and then you switch classes, you actually lose the sprint. Because I guess the game considers sprint, you know, buff it's part of your class or whatever. But sprint will still be on cooldown if I switch classes. Yeah, I like cliffhanger. It's a fast gate. 3,000 MGP for like 30 seconds of effort. Alright, let's see. Actually, before I do this, I've got 690 of that. Let's look and see if I can grab any good gear pieces. Let's see what tone pieces I don't have. I already have the pants. It's not upgraded, but whatever. So, Helm's Bis, I have that. Gloves Tome is Bis, but I already have the 630, and that's going to be better until I can upgrade the gloves. I have pants, feet Radar Bis. Yeah, earrings Radar Bis. And necklace. Okay, Tome is best for necklace, so I can grab the necklace. Yeah, I already have that. Alright, I can just go buy the necklace then with my casualty. Cool. Switch up the glams. Let's do this one. I like this one. And I don't need that. This glamour plate, do I? Oh, I don't have the accessories off. Alright, I'll do this, and then that. Almost all my glamour plates, I think literally all of them, I turn off accessories. I don't really care for most accessories. I don't like to accessorize. Cool. How much did that leave me at? 315. That's not enough for an accessory, right? Let's check. I don't think it is. No, 375. Cool. So I can't buy anything else this week. I think I have all the Tome Bis pieces except for the gloves, but I have the raid ones. Just crit piety, which doesn't seem bad. So I might hold off on buying the tome gloves until I can actually upgrade them and start spending my tomes on, I don't know, Reaper or Black Mage or something. Maybe Black Mage before Reaper. Let's do Trials. I like Dancer too, but I'm gonna be entirely honest. I really can never see myself raiding on a ranged DPS. I don't care. I'll do casual content in ranged DPS, but I would never main ranged DPS. Cool. Easy one. I guess all trials in this game. The normal difficulty trials at least are pretty easy. I think this guy's technically better geared. Maybe. Oh, these guys stink since then. Ah, they're basically the same exact gear. Whatever. What's kind of an annoying thing about these rocks? They don't only line of sight the boss, they line of sight healers too. So if people go like behind the rocks, then it even blocks healers from healing them. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. I was the only person trying to do it. If you AoE the flames, since they all spawn on her, you can annihilate them all, but I don't have the damage to do that on my own stage. On Warrior, I can do really good damage to all those feathers by just holding like a Mythical Tempest. Yeah, I'm not willing to kill the feathers. You can just hit the boss. Nice. This thing you don't have to hide from. A lot of people think you do. It's not true. It does the same damage no matter what. And that damage is... let me see, I feel like that damage is entirely based off of how many rocks are left on all the pillars. So, yeah, I should probably move over and get all over here. So I just gonna pull. Why is the Astor giving me cards? Okay, let's get him back up. Really annoying place to take the boss. Yeah, that's why you always take the boss south, is the boss jumps south on their own anyways. So, if you take it north, then... Well, if you take it like northwest or northeast or any of those spots, then the boss will jump away from you like it did for us. Oh, that's what okay. Like, the fight's not gonna last much longer. By the time he actually gets up, if I were to raise him, the fight would be over. I'm not gonna pass on a commentation on this one. If I was parsing or whatever, I would have tried giving it just to whoever did the most damage, but I wasn't paying attention to that. So, yeah. Do I actually have any Abyss pieces for this? Ring. Oh, well, I already got those melded. I was just thinking that I could do some melding if I actually have some Abyss pieces, but I already melted my Abyss. It's nice. Next week, I will get my 8th page for 8. And what I will most likely do is I will most likely be buying probably my chest. I was thinking about getting the Sage Weapon, but I don't know. I might just buy the chest. Yeah, I should probably buy the chest, because, like, with weapon coffers dropping and stuff, I might just get the Sage Weapon or a weapon coffer. While, like, the chest, there'll only be one of those dropping, so it might be another, like, 8 weeks till I get a chest. So just to make... I feel like I'd have a higher chance of getting Abyss faster if I grab the chest next week. Let's do I guess we can do some dancer. Normal rates. See what it puts us in. 14 minutes for DPS in need. You want to know why? Because it was DPS in need because it wanted me to put, it wanted to put me into one of the newer raid things like Hephaestus or whatever, and my dancers aren't geared enough for it. So that's why it's gonna make me sit in this queue for a while. But if anything switches to something more interesting, I might queue into something else. But as it stands now, I'll just sit in this queue. I think I already did my beast tribes. Yeah. Got 500 stone. Make them buy another, whatever it's called, the meteorite. Do I have any of those? I have one. Yeah, I guess I'll buy another one. Well, I'm here. Might as well. It recommends my own stream on my own YouTube front page if I go to it. Seems kind of weird, right? I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting because my YouTube channel is not my main channel, right? It's basically a secondary channel because my main YouTube channel, I just want it to be kind of my own private stuff. Although I'm sure it wouldn't be that particularly hard to find if somebody really wanted to find it. So my actual YouTube channel that I'm streaming on, I don't really watch any videos on. I just post and stream on it. So all the YouTube recommendations on it are like the default recommendations that YouTube gives you, right? Whoops. For some reason I thought I heard something. It's like the default YouTube recommendations for things. So the stuff being recommended to me is very interesting. I imagine these recommendations are probably in part based off of the content I'm streaming. Let's see, YouTube video. Why is every MMO dying except this one? Question mark. How? In big question mark. Fucking clickbait, man. When I notice like a thumbnail is completely obviously clickbait, I try to avoid clicking on it just because I don't want to deal with that shit. Also, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that. I'm pretty sure it's the one MMO I'm playing right now, 14. And the problem with all the other MMOs is a lot of them are not, you know, pumping out really great quality content that have a positive feedback from the player base. Like, WoW had all their shit that went down, which, you know, I don't care to delve into that. From what I understand about New World, I didn't play it. It was a pretty fundamentally broken game when it came out. Most other older MMOs, like the Star Wars one, or I think people still play like Wizard 101 and Toontown and shit. Like, they're just old, they don't get new content, so of course their population's declining. I'm trying to think if there's even any other MMOs off the top of my head that, like, I could see actually growing and being popular right now. But, no. mean, then there's those a million MMOs that come out of, like, Korea and China and shit. But all of those, I don't think they do well in the West, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're declining because their monetization models are so goddamn aggressive that, like, they don't do well in the West. Oh man, how do I play Dancer level 90? I'm gonna trust this guy. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. I have no idea what Dancer opener is at 90. I'm just gonna pop all this shit and see how it goes. I assume I just kind of like hit all my procs during my Devil Moon. That would make sense, right? Yeah, the problem is, I know why Dancers delay their burst now, is they want their second standard step to fit within their technical, I believe. And the way that was done, I couldn't do that. I only ran down this way because I saw a healer coming down this way. It's like, I'm gonna go where the healer goes. Health seems useful, right? Good thing I didn't get Dance Burner to that Reaper. I don't think I've played Dancer at 90 since I leveled it. And I keep fucking up my fan dance, bro. Did I do that right? Maybe. Yeah, I'm not fine. Cool. I don't know if I wasted a GCD, that should have done earlier. Alright, we'll get the knockback. GCD actually fell off before I used it, so I shouldn't have done that one. I don't know, I'm fine. Thought that was going to snapshot me sooner. Sometimes this game snapshot favors the player, sometimes it does not. That time I got lucky, I guess. I'll go this one. I'm ranged, so as the range, yes, I should go on this one. Yeah, like this Reaper doesn't need to be here with me, they can go even melee. Oh, one Reaper did it wrong. I think this is a lot of damage, right? Yeah. Probably gonna use the shield some there. Yeah, I got hit by that. Like an idiot. Whoops. deck. Dude, Dancer's level 90, like, abilities, the Fan Dance 4 and the Starfall Dance are kind of lame. Like, they don't fit into your rotation at all. They're literally just additional procs that you get when you use Devilment Flourish. And, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of lame. Like, I feel like you should have a chance of proccing these with your normal combos. Like, maybe Starfall Dance should have a chance of being procced by Saber Dance or something. Just to make it feel like it's more part of your rotation than just part of your burst. Take this one. I can't take another one. Nobody wait on me. I wish I did open up a parse or something just to see how it's doing. I feel like I'm not doing that bad. It says I'm number 3 on the aggro list, so I think I'm probably the number 2 DPS. But it's kind of just guess. My Devilment's drifting like crazy. I'll hold it for a second. I think I was probably early on the my knockback resistance is fine. That first command wasn't great though. Ooh, am I gonna die? Yep, I moved out late. Whoops. We're fine. Oh, and I'm dead. Maybe I'm one. Okay, cool. They spiked me fast enough. I kind of had to move and start attacking there because there's no way that invulnerability would have lasted long enough to get me through that. Cool. Get to the sand. I got an achievement for that. Could be worse too. Or, wait, is that the one I got? No, I got could be worse 3. What is could be worse 3? Oh, okay, so I've done that fight 10 times. Fair enough, I guess. I did those. I was hoping to get more Sage practice. How long will this keep me if I pop into this? 7 minutes? Ugh. I'm gonna wait a bit and see if anything switches. Or on YouTube. If you're a tiny YouTube channel, do this now. I don't care. I hovered over it this second just to see what it was. If you're a tiny YouTube channel, do this now. Hovered over it. Oh wow, there's a way that you can turn on community posts early when you're not supposed to be able to use them. Hooray. Like, as somebody's been on YouTube and, you know, subscribed and watched tons of videos and shit, right? Like, I don't even know the last time I've seen a community post. People pay attention to those? Is that a feature that, like, anybody should be interacting with? I don't know, maybe if you're small it helps you or something. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna engage with that. Oh, as my other YouTube channel, right? I never get recommended YouTube Shorts ever, because clearly YouTube's realized I don't want to be engaged with it at all, and now it's on my big thing, which from what I understand is YouTube's attempt to compete with TikTok, and all it is tons of young girls in gray sweatpants on Shorts for me. I'm not going to show it because that require messing up the screen, but like 5 of the like 8 recommended YouTube Shorts I see here are like, hey, girls in sweatpants, you interested? And it's like, yeah, of course, obviously. No, I'm not going to click on that, I don't care. I don't use TikTok because I don't care about like the short GIF style video, whatever. I'm not going to use YouTube Shorts. There's a ton of recommended videos on YouTube for Diablo leaks, fucking League of Legends MMO leak, this game leak, that game leak. And I feel like it makes sense that since it clearly thinks I'm into gaming from the videos, and these like clickbaity of, oh, you can't believe it was leaked videos probably get a good amount of views. So, like, I get why it recommends it to me, but I'm gonna click on that. I don't care. They're gonna make Diablo 4 like Diablo Immortal, pay to win, but this time on PC. They'll love it. I was watching a video on Diablo Immortal recently, which I thought was funny, in which the guy was talking about some dude apparently paid to win so hard that he was so much better than everybody else, not like, you know, actually as a player, but because he dropped so much goddamn money on the game that he just could crush everybody else, right? That the game couldn't actually match him up with anybody to play against. So he basically couldn't play the competitive scene of the game at all, because he dropped too much money on the game, which I think is hilarious. Like, that's funny as fuck. It's like, ta-da, you won, you did it. You're better than everybody else, congrats. And, like, I know the solution they're probably going to do for that is they're going to make it so he'll just get matched with somebody, the next highest people queuing or whatever. But, like, honestly, I feel like they should just leave it alone, because, right, imagine, like, you're playing this game and you get matched with this fucking dude, right? You're just gonna get annihilated. Like, is that really fun? I don't know. I don't really get the motivation of pay-to-win games. Even playing them casually, if you're not dropping money on it, it still just seems like, why? Why would you engage with it? Especially, like, if you were going to engage with it, why would you engage with the PvP side at all? Yeah. I thought it was particularly funny with that one dude who dropped, like, a crazy amount of money on it, that he was better than everybody else. Apparently he was also screwing over, like, his entire clan. Because I guess he has to queue his clan into the content or whatever. So all the other whales in his clan, because they were all whales, couldn't queue in because this whale that was in charge was too big of a whale. It's funny. Avatar: The Way of Water. Is that the next Blue People movie? Are they making like a bunch of those now? Did the Blue Person movie Avatar #2 come out? Like, are they still making that? Is that out? Avatar 1 is like a fine movie, but does anybody really remember any of the finer details of that movie? Like, it's just a CGI fest, right? It's similar if you were to ask me the major plot points of, like, a Transformers movie. I really couldn't tell you, because that's not the point of the movie, you know? It's just like a CGI fest. So I figured that's what Avatar, the first one, was, so... But I guess it made a shit ton of money, so they're just gonna make a bunch more. Because why not? If they're gonna make a bunch more, they're gonna have to try harder to make the characters more memorable, though. I feel like that's how franchises last a long time, is you get people to actually be connected and care what happens to the characters in the world. Like, does anybody actually remember the characters from the first one? Like, I remember vaguely what their shtick was, but I don't remember, like, their names or, you know, their major motivations were. Should probably actually queue into something, instead of just scrolling through YouTube. Oh, switch to even more tank. Just needs tank and everything. Honestly, I might just switch to a different game. I don't feel like playing tank right now. I already played tank last night and... Oh, shit. Alright. We can do healer alliance raids. Cool. Something. I did tank a lot last night for my weekly reclears, my statics, so that's why I'm like, I don't really feel like playing tank right now. I played tank for like 2.5, 3 hours last night. I don't feel like doing that again right now. Hopefully we get a good alliance raid. And most of them are good. It's literally, I just don't want to get the Stormblood ones, because I don't like the Stormblood Alliance raids. Stormblood Trials, great. Stormblood Alliance raids, eh. They're not, like, bad, I just don't really enjoy them. And I think a lot of what gets me to stick with games and care about games is the thematics of it. Which is why getting connected to, like, the story and the world and characters is really important to me in most things. Because that's what keeps me invested in the game. So... content that I don't care for the thematics of it means that I lose interest. So, I think a good example of that is the Stormblood raid tier. So not just the Alliance raids, but the like Savage raids and normal raid tier, right? It was almost entirely reference bosses, which like I don't play other Final Fantasy games, so I didn't care. I didn't get the references, so to me they were just like these random like grab bag of bosses, and they didn't really fit in the game well, and they weren't particularly intimidating, and they didn't fit the theme of the tier at all. So really the only fights I enjoyed that tier were the Omega ones. I like those a lot, and the Midgardsumer one. I thought that one was good. Secrets. It's at least fast. I know a lot of people hate to get Secrets, but it's fast, you know? It's easy. Holy shit, YouTube recommends to people who are like brand new to YouTube. Llamas with Hats 1 through 12, the complete series. They made 12 of those. I'm like vaguely familiar with them having made like 4 or 5 of them back when I was much younger. I didn't realize they made 12 of them, and I'm not gonna watch that. I could care less to watch Llamas with Hats 1 through 12. I mean, how much could they really get out of that premise, you know? Honestly, if I get bored of doing Roulettes, but I still feel like streaming a bit more this morning, I might switch over to Phantom Abyss. I like that game. I haven't played it in a long time. You can see what they've changed. I think Phantom Abyss had like a really interesting concept, and the gameplay of it was fun, so I hope it's actually still, you know, being developed well and getting updates and everything. I think what would get me actually a lot more interested in Phantom Abyss, it did have an interesting cooperative element to it, in that as you were playing, if you died in a dungeon or whatever, you would lose the stuff you acquired in like your whip in that dungeon, and then other players could run through it, and if somebody else beat it, it would give you your stuff that you lost back. So the cooperative element was if you were playing with friends, if you died in a dungeon, you could like send them the link to it, or code, or whatever it was, and they could run through it, and they might be able to salvage your shit. And an interesting element too was the dungeons were all roguelike generated and everything, and once one person beat it, it would lock it off for everybody else. So it would just like delete it, and it would generate new ones. So it was very interesting. I think I would be more interested in playing that game though if there was somehow like a cooperative thing where like me and a friend could run through the same dungeon simultaneously together. I think that would keep me more engaged. But I don't know. For all I know, that's something they could be planning or have implemented. I haven't played the game in a long time. Where's the shittest at? There, over there. There's always one ranged DPS who's not within the healer's range. So that's my biggest complaint about a lot of the alliance raids that have these massive fucking arenas, is what players do with the massive arena is they spread out to the 7 winds, and then you can't hit them with AoE heals. Person's even frozen there. A good tip in this game, if you're frozen in an ice or something like this, you should try to get within melee range of the boss, because players are more likely to help you by bringing fire warps to you. Also, because that ancient flare, people need to stand in the puddles, so it's better if there's some puddles around the boss. You know, let melee stay in melee easier. Now I actually want to play Phantom Abyss. I played that game when it was like crazy early access, I'm pretty sure, so there's probably a ton of other stuff to it now. You know, assuming that it's still being developed, I haven't checked. I don't think I ever uninstalled it, so it's pretty easy for me to pick up. I feel like Phantom Abyss is one of those games that if they were able to get like a really good speedrunning community around it, it would probably do really well. Kind of wish they'd just spawn all the ads by the time the dragon died, or like as soon as the dragon died, any ads that hadn't spawned would just, you know, pop out, so you don't have to wait for them to spawn in and stuff. Back in my day, this fight had real mechanics, and you had to jump around the edge of the arena and stuff. I think it's been years upon years since anybody's actually tried to do this fight normally. I mean, I'm sure somebody did it for memes normally, just within the last 7 years, just for nostalgia or to show people what it used to be or whatever. But, yeah. I'll be honest, I can't even really remember what you had to do. I think you'd, like, jump around with your party and kill ads or something. It's a bit too long. I've been playing this game for too long. I'm gonna go switch over to the Hello Kitty MMO instead. That's got the real raid scene. Skip through my music a bunch. Gotta find something I want to jam to. It's the Nier soundtrack comes on. Oh yes, because I'm gonna cry myself to sleep right now. But I can't bring myself to turn it off. It stays on. I still need to get the final ending in Nier Replicant. It keeps giving my mind to do that. Maybe I'll do that this weekend or something, I don't know. I still need to do that. The problem is I know if I do that, I'm going to cry myself to sleep that night. I love the Nier games, but they are not good cheer you up games. Swagmaster, aim on. Quickly steal his app. I like how, and complete spoiler alert, they actually turned this character into something relevant in the story. I think that's interesting. It's not much of a spoiler me saying that. I do appreciate it when they actually use other characters that exist in the lore, rather than just always making up new ones. Oh, this guy was going to die soon. I should have actually done him. I'm not going to heal the other healer. I'm going to heal her. Oh my god. Are they not going to heal themselves? Guess I'll do it. Still taking anything. No. That guy got nuked. Get him back up. What the fuck? Oh, what was that? That name for the hit thing was like under the floor. It's actually kind of funny in this fight. There's technically 2 sets of ice, right? Where it summons a series of ice. And the first ones, you can use the frogs to melt them open. And typically, you're kind of supposed to do this, and it makes sense. Or at least you were supposed to do this, I guess. Because there'll be a second set of ice after, so no reason to leave the first people trapped in ice for that long, right? But if you DPS the boss fast enough, I guess you don't get the second set of ice. So if you actually melt all the first set of ice, you have a chance of not having any ice for the second set, which just wipes through. So nowadays you shouldn't actually melt the ice as the toads, because, or at least not all of the ice. So clearly this guy's the new big guy in the fight, right? Like he's the dude in all that armor. I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it? Oh, already full. Fortunately, those don't deal too much. You get that diagram, but then it's not very bad. Rip that guy. It's my co-killer. I guess I should get him back up. Yeah, they were standing in the middle of all of the bad. Dude, where's the scrap? Oh, you're not getting healed. Just because you can be 20-something yalms away doesn't mean you should be 20 yalms away. Nah, that guy will naturally regen before he needs it. Not to mention, he won't die to the next stack marker thing, and that's really the only thing he's still going to get hit with in this fight. Assuming he actually stands in it. Oh, healers. That healer's probably DC'd or something. What the fuck? Oh, yep, their internet is super lagged out of this world. Look at them, they're go-karting around on the floor. I've seen that bug. It's because somebody's internet is, like, massively shitting the bed. At least everybody's in now. People want the meals. Alright. Good enough. Sure, I'll give it to the paladin. Did great, buddy. I actually wasn't paying attention. I don't know if he did good or not. I don't need either of those. What do I actually need? Main scenario. 90 and expert. I'll give it a little bit, see if any of those flip. One of the recommended videos on my YouTube front page is a dude dressed up in a pirate outfit that says, "Own your media. Time to unsubscribe from Netflix, Disney Plus, etc." Oh my god. It's almost like this guy's about to recommend piracy. I'm sure that's clickbait. I really doubt, like, one of the top videos on YouTube that YouTube's promoting to people is directly recommending piracy. It's literally, so since I don't watch YouTube videos on this channel, really, I just stream on it, upload my content. Most of what YouTube recommends to me is YouTube videos about growing a channel. which, I don't know, I don't really care that much about. Like, this is just kind of a hobby. This channel never grows, it's fine. Like, you know, it's whatever. So, seeing, like, I'm not gonna watch all these videos of mistakes you're making with YouTube Shorts, editing mistakes that 71% of YouTubers are making, how to fix them. It's like, I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it. That's what I kind of played around with edited videos, and they do perform better than streams of mine, but I haven't really, I don't know, that's a very large time commitment to do that. And if I am trying to get on a and part of why I'm streaming is to try to be more social on a more regular schedule. And I feel like if I delve into trying to do editing and stuff, it's gonna completely throw me off. Because I already have, you know, full-time job and everything, so I can't spend all my time just playing around with this. Yeah, and there's another fucking YouTube video that's like 15 minutes long. YouTube unlocking feature for smaller channels now. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be community posts, which, you know, I get it. These people, they make clickbait content for YouTube, I guess, whatever. But it's like, does anybody really care about community posts? Oh my god, and there's a Raid Shadow Legends recommended video. Oh boy. I'm gonna go play Raid Shadow Legends. The shittiest mobile game in the world. No. With the amount of money it gets, because God knows it's making money if they advertise this hard. It probably, like, I imagine it's not a completely shitty game. I'll never touch it because I don't care about mobile gaming. But, like, it can't be that bad if it's throwing this much money at advertisement, right? But I don't know. Who knows? I'm not gonna play it. There's a video, how to exploit YouTube, and the thumbnail, just don't upload. I kind of feel like that's not good advice for starting YouTube channels, but, you know, it's probably some specific piece of advice. Not to mention, it's from a YouTube channel with like 1.3 million views, so who knows? Maybe there's some strategy in which you don't upload for longer periods of time, which makes people rush to your content when you do upload. Probably actually be looking at this again. Main scenarios healer. No, fuck it. Cutscene roulette, boy. Yeah, like almost all of my recommended YouTube videos on this YouTube account are just like recommended ways to grow channels or whatever. Actually, I'm not gonna watch these, I don't care. I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, I get thumbnails need to be attractive to get people to click on them or whatever. But I definitely just feel like I would never want to be, you know, one of those clickbaity people if I was uploading videos or whatever. Like, it's not worth my self-respect type deal, you know? Like, if I was posting quote-unquote enticing thumbnails, I'd want it to at least be, like, you know, truthful to a degree. It's one of those things with, like, a lot of internet practices, like, you know, people who are YouTube or Twitch, other things. I feel like the most important thing for longevity or whatever is largely just protecting your, like, not necessarily image or whatever, but your reliability or, like, your community's trust or whatever. So I feel like if you get, like, crazy clickbaity or anything, then it just, like, decays your reliability. It seems like a really short-term strategy, you know? Like, it might get you a bunch early, but is that really going to get people to stay? So I feel like eventually, if people see your clickbait, if you're just clickbaiting, you're not gonna subscribe, right? But, like, they're gonna stop watching your shit because, you know, they know it's not real. I'm not listening to the game audio right now because I have it set up so I don't. So, like, I'm literally just pure silence. I have no audio in my headphones at all. Alright, let me... Yeah, I started my music back. I need to listen to something. Driving me mad. Just sitting in the silence. Let me think about what I've done. I think I'm good here, right? Yeah. So, like, I don't think that's too fat of a hitbox. So after this, I think the only roulettes I have left are 90 and expert, so I'll see if any of them are healer, and so I'll do them. If not, I don't know, maybe I'll do something else. I also need to start gearing up my Black Mage. I would like to get some more practice on that. I like Black Mage a lot. I'll just kill the boss, so I'm not worried about things going. Yeah, fine. Honestly, I think what I'm going to start trying is, I used to turn on, like, a Twitch stream when I was trying to try out streaming here and now, right? But ultimately, I didn't really enjoy it because I don't particularly use Twitch. Like, I'm not a Twitch user myself. I don't really watch streams on it or anything. So, when I was trying to reset up my stream this time to play around with it and try to get on the schedule again or whatever, I figured I'd try YouTube, but I think I recently figured out how I can technically stream on both, so I might just try turning on my stream on both in the future and just see, like, if my computer and internet and shit can handle it, because I don't know how much more intensive that is. Depending on how, like, I'm using Streamlabs right now handles it, it might be no different on my end. So I might try that, just because why not, right? One thing I actually do like about Twitch over YouTube, though, when I was streaming, is I did notice it feels like YouTube has a lot longer of a delay than Twitch does. it felt like Twitch I could see more immediately when people were talking in my chat and everything to me, and like they could see what I was doing more immediately. So like the back and forth was easier on Twitch. Well, I feel like YouTube is a pretty fucking long delay. So when somebody sees something, it'll be like a minute or two, maybe not like 2 minutes, but like a minute at least after when I do. So if somebody says hi in my chat or whatever, like I had a friend recently who stopped by and just said hi, and I said hi back, but I think he left pretty quickly, and he made a comment later. He's like, oh, you didn't respond to me. It's like, well, there's a delay, so once I see his message, he has to wait like a minute until he'll get my response on it, you know? Of like, yes, I did respond. Hello, hi. Well, I feel like it seemed like Twitch had a lot less of a delay than YouTube does. One of the benefits of YouTube, though, is something that when I was on Twitch, when I was doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV and stuff, I liked having VODs that I could upload to YouTube. But it was always annoying, basically, having to download the VOD from Twitch or try to record it separately and then upload it to YouTube myself after. While on YouTube, it's nice. All my videos, or all my streams are just naturally posted as videos. After my stream ends, it goes through some processing to process, like, you know, standard definition, high def, and all that. And then it just goes up like a normal YouTube video. So I like that. Yeah. Honestly, if I really felt the need to actually grow a channel or anything, I'd stop streaming Final Fantasy XIV. This game, from what I can tell, is like a really bad game to stream. Which makes sense, because like I never watch 14 streams. It's like a good game to make YouTube videos on, especially guides and stuff. But I don't see Final Fantasy streams performing very well, like, ever, for people. There are a few, like, of the bigger people, but even then, it seems like it underperforms compared to a lot of the other games that people play. I kind of feel like that's true for a lot of MMOs, but I feel like some MMOs can get away with it if there's a more competitive scene, or more PvP or whatever, like WoW. But since 14, like, doesn't have a large PvP community, and the PvP is so, like, away from the PvP side of the game, it just doesn't seem like it does well in that space. But, I don't know. I'd have to actually look up the numbers on that. I don't know necessarily the numbers and how 14 compares to other games, but my gut tells me that it doesn't perform particularly well. I also feel like a lot of people probably struggle with YouTube videos for this game and monetization, because, like, I'm not a monetized channel or anything by any means, but I do see Final Fantasy XIV videos seem to get copyright claimed a lot. It doesn't count as like a strike against my channel or anything. I think it just mutes parts of the VODs. So, like, these live stream VODs, there's a good chance for Final Fantasy XIV a lot of them end up muted. But I feel like if you're monetized, I think a lot of the times that takes away monetization from your channel. or not from channel necessarily, but at least that video. So I feel like a lot of 14 videos struggle with monetization, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason a lot of guides for this game seem like they don't really have the music for the fight playing that much. They're more just using either their own audio or no music, just mechanic audio or whatever. Back's a bit sore. I'm trying to get in better shape, so working out more. It's sore. Ugh. It's part of the reason I was trying to get back into the habit of streaming more, get myself on a more regular schedule to some degree. Is because when I'm on a better, more kind of regular schedule, I also tend to work out more, eat healthier stuff. So, time to do that as well. Yeah, I'm drinking a lot more water. That's not what I'm doing now, but I only got a couple more of these, and the plan would be not to buy more once I run out of them. Not that these are that bad for you, they're like 100 calories or something, which is obviously worse for you than water, but still. I think this fight's a lot better after the rework. This lady's doing more interesting things. Yeah, you don't have to go that far out. If anything, I actually prefer if they don't go that far out, so then it's easier to AoE heal them. You can just stand in the middle. A lot of proximity markers have, I guess what would you call it, like parabolic damage or whatever, in which, exponential damage, I guess. The closer you are, the more it does, but at certain points it scales off like crazy. So being a mile away from a lot of these AoEs is basically the same as being, you know, half a mile away. While if you're, you know, right next to it, you just die, or if you're like a quarter next to it, you'll take most of your health and damage or whatever. It's just the scaling on it drops off a lot after a certain point for proximities. It varies from the proximity to proximity. Put up that shield. Whatever. Oh, I'm done. Yeah, I'm in the paladin. Good job, buddy. Alright. Prepare this. Do 90. Yeah, alright, let's do 90. Why not? Kind of curious. I always end stream through Streamlabs. I'm curious if I were to hit end stream on this YouTube studio, what that would do on Streamlabs end. I imagine it'd end as well. So it's kind of funny when I hit end stream on Streamlabs, YouTube just stops receiving a response, and I guess after a brief period, YouTube realizes that it's not just a disconnect, or if it is disconnect, it's a really long one, and it just considers the stream as being ended, done. Okay. Oh man, I could turn this to be a 3D video. What does that actually do if I can't flip this on. I was like, what actually happens if I call this a 360 video? Like, what does that do? Nothing, apparently. Whatever. I'm trying to decide if I actually even want to do this or if I want to jump to a different game. If it gives me something in progress, maybe I'll do it. But if it just gives me fresh, I might just drop out of this queue and do something else. I'll see. See how I feel about it. Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I like this one.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful blue star.
The end of story dungeons for new expansions tend to be pretty fucking banger.
Inside and out.
Like this one's really good. And the what was it? The one last expansion was really good. The Emmett Selk, end of the world dungeon, whatever that one's called. That one's a really good dungeon. Final days. Are dying pretty slow. That guy's all the way over there. He's ready to keep going. It's like, bruh, you gotta kill these first.
Until they curse not the illness, but their fellow corrupted.
I might just check how much a crafted set actually costs and buy a full Black Mage crafted set so I can do some of these higher level roulettes on Black Mage. Start getting familiar with Black Mage. I probably shouldn't have bothered with that. I'm gonna end up doing a Carrot Shoal during this pull anyways, so didn't really need to give him that heal. He would have just gotten, or no, he's gonna send all the way there so he doesn't get it. Whatever. He's not getting auto attacked anyways. It's nice. They in the most recent patch buffed Phlegma, I actually don't know how much they buffed it by, because I don't know what the old potency was on it, but it does really good damage now. That was, feels like it does. Kind of a squishy paladin. We all good, we out.
Those who lived and festered. Those who died and decayed.
Hopefully those other guys are going to come over here at some point. Or at least hopefully they dodge these. I don't even know how this black mage can dodge it. The summoner can dodge it, it's just like a spicy move, but... did he actually dodge it back then? Impressive. Get over your tank. I always go to the tank, because I'm so used to the DPS being off in the middle of nowhere. So why is my Guardian on this guy? I 100% put that on at the beginning. Are tanks able to right-click off Cardia? No, right? Oh, maybe I didn't put it on. Thought I did. That would explain why some of the pulls were a bit spicier. I'm on the wrong side. I'll move after. There we go. Palace is just hollowed. Sure, fine. I prefer him use that during ad pulls than this, because like this, I don't even need to heal him. Cardia will take care of him. But, yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's funny, or if he does use it during a boss fight, use it for the buster, right? Not that the buster did any damage to him, really. It is kind of a funny fact about dungeons in this game that doing large ad pulls actually does a lot more damage to the tank than most boss fights do.
And the very last of them wish they had.
So it's more important to properly mitigate large ad pulls than it is to properly mitigate most boss damage. And that's not to say you shouldn't mitigate boss damage. You should still be, you know, using cooldowns for busters and stuff.
A brilliant star eradicated disease.
It's just technically less effective.
Before destroying the self-same lives it had saved.
Grab this. Yeah, has a chance to give materia. It's worth opening it for the materia. I was debating on not doing it just because I'm like, this pull's probably going to be over soon. It's like, these guys are lasting for a bit. Throw it up. Why not? Oh, nice. Big crit on the Zoe heal. Good shit. Love to see it.
Tried to buy peace with fire and steel.
Doesn't matter if I rebag her, I'm gonna stand on this guy anyway, so. Mainly did that laser, so, because it's still DPS, and so I can hit the summoner who's getting autoed. this next boss fight is the one in this dungeon that actually fucks people up sometimes. And it's mainly for when you have to spread out, if people don't spread out. So I'm hoping that this Black Mage and Summoner kind of don't try to stand on top of me. Because that can be annoying. And again, still going to open these because I want materia. Oh god, I don't want to read on that. I want to pass. I do not want this in my inventory. Yeah, they shouldn't need another heal. That regen will help them. Assuming they don't get hit by something. If they stand in AoE, then yeah. Also, that Black Mage put his ley lines like way in the fire. Yeah, they have plenty of health to survive this. It's just if they get hit by anything other than this, they might take a beating. Alright, come over here, everybody. Yeah, it's this thing that if people don't spread out for, especially the later one of these, then they end up stacked at the end for these markers, and that can fuck them up. Okay, merry-go-round time. I actually should have probably held on to that phlegma for the merry-go-round. It's fine. Yeah, if I could believe there. But it's fine. Oh, did everybody knock back versus that one? Nice. I wonder if these people are queued together. They seem pretty equal skilled with each other. Normally in a lot of like the expert 90 roulettes, you'll run into like one person who's solid, one person who's like eh, and then one person who like really doesn't know what they're doing.
And when one
It's like always a good mix of skill level. It's pretty rare that you run into a group that's just entirely solid. Or it's very rare you run into a group in which literally nobody has an idea what they're doing. Typically if you run into a group where everybody's solid, it's because they know each other.
Father still existed a star without strife. Where none remembered life's trials or its joys.
Other people are taking autos too, so fuck it. I can save Haima for the next pull. Still interested to see where the Beast Tribe quest goes with these guys. I want to see what happens when they're cheered up. Or how do you cheer them up? Because the other ones I thought were kind of cute and simple in that, like, you know, the people who are at war, you just show them that they could still have, you know, a good life in the world and they didn't have to kill each other or whatever. And then the disease one, you just give them back a non-diseased world and, you know, they'll be happy. You know, dragons, it's all about the memory of what they've lost. But, like, how do you deal with, you know, just nihilism? Complete apathy for life. Don't worry, guys, I'm gonna go grab the chest. Oh, he's hollow grounding. Oops. Didn't need to shield him, though. Whatever. Yeah, I'll put a pause. I didn't need to use that there, but it'll be back way before I intend to use it in the fight.
So they created the kindest, most gentle of beasts.
Oh man, that was a big flagma. I think that's the biggest I've seen. 21k. 600 potency now, so yeah. Makes sense that it can do some work.
Its steps were light, and its gift was as painless as it was beautiful.
Alright, sticky gear pattern. Yeah, that's quick and easy to deal with. Finally, so that hit. Every chance will heal everybody else. They just gotta dodge the other things.
They all slept happily ever after.
Hopefully they dodge butterflies, because I don't have... I only have 2 stacks of adders going on. Because if somebody gets hit by these, they get the Doom that you can't discern. It's the Doom that you have to heal them to max. So if, as a Sage, you're low on Adder Skull, it could be pretty a pain in the ass to quickly cap everybody. Or quickly cap whoever gets hit. If you have Adder Skull, it's fine. It just means you have to blow it all. For a lot of it. I refuse to use a GCD heal. I mean, it kind of counts as a GCD heal, right? A little bit. Alright, we got the easy pattern the first time, so this is going to be the bit faster pattern. It always does one and then the other. And it is random. That's the thing I have done this fight enough that I know that it's random which one you get, which order. No, that guy stopped to cast back and got hit. I got him in time, but that's fine. Yeah, I guess I should get him again. Yeah, you can always touch the butterflies and then move. I'm more worried about Doom than I am getting hit by that thing anyways. The thing just does damage. The Doom, though, can just outright kill you. Obviously, you can heal through the Doom, but it's whatever. Alright, let's see. Oh, pink left. I think the Black Mage is doing more damage than the Summoner, so I'll go to them. I don't think either of them were, like, super amazing, but it's whatever. I would have called them the tank. Like, they did alright, but they bailed. How many cons am I at? 6, 2, 3. Eh, not bad. Oh, I could do expert. I will give it another like 15, 20 seconds, see if it flips. If not, then I'll drop. Do something else. Take some pills while I wait. definitely supposed to take meds with vodka, right? No, don't do that. It's bad. I'm a horrible example. Never follow my lead. I can never have kids because I would teach them like horrible advice. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm feeling good. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the Final Fantasy XIV stream and I'll turn back on my stream doing something else.